Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you are here. Today, I have the rest of my haul from Vegas. Some people said that they wanted to see the dolls that I picked up and the other things that I picked up. It's a lot. It takes up a lot more room than the beauty stuff that I got. Also, I feel like I'm looking a little gray, but I swear it's just because I put my hair up before I did my makeup today, and that sometimes messes things up. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. I'll just kind of go through everything that I picked up. We went to the outlets. We did some shows, so I have stuff from those. We did just some of the regular stores. I don't know. There's a little bit from regular stores, but a lot of it is going to be from what we picked up at the outlets in Vegas. Just deals. Like I said, if you watched my beauty haul, I had to ship some of this stuff home. I don't know how much I saved by having to ship things home, but there was no way that I could have put them in my luggage, and I already had to check 2 bags, and that was like $100 extra too. So things kind of came out in the wash. Trying to think of words in the end, but there are things that I couldn't find in other places that I did pick up, so I think that helps too. If you're interested in seeing what I got, just keep watching. Let me know if you've gone on any trips, if you are good with buying things, or are you better with not buying things. Let me know down below. Okay, first off, let's see. We'll start with this because this is sitting over here. This is the little purse that I got. We went to Kate Spade in the outdoor outlet malls, but this is the bag. It has a nice long chain on it. Just a very tiny, cute purse. My friend found a purse that she absolutely loved, and she was, it's funny because as we were going around, she's like, oh yeah, this is stuff you like. And then she's like, oh, this is really nice. And I was like, why do you think I like this stuff? Anyway, so Kate Spade, it kind of reminds me of Chanel just a little bit with the quilting on it and the material. And anyway, we were checking out, well, she was checking out because I was like, there's nothing that I love enough that I want to spend money on it. And she's like, oh, I think I want to get that orange purse too. And so I went and picked it up for her, and she bought it for me. It was 70% off of $319, and then an additional like 20 or 25% off of that. So I don't know how much she paid for it because I don't have the receipt because it wasn't mine. So that's the first thing. Then let's kind of go over, I have this tray. One of the first stops was to Target, and I'll show you that stuff in just a second, but this is sitting on top. So I went to Miniso and got one of these Barbie blind boxes, and this is what the Barbie was. I got it to bring back for my mom. I just put the card in there. You don't have to put the card in there, but it is the Pilot, and these are crazy. These are $20. Yeah, $21.65 with tax, but I got it to share with my mom, and this was on her dresser actually, so it needs to go back there. And then I collect these, and this is new. I don't remember seeing this Las Vegas one from Starbucks before, and this is what it looks like on the back. I like the small ones because they take up a lot less room, so I'm trying to pick these up with my Starbucks points, and I had more than enough to pick this one up. I know they're not as good of a deal. This one was $13.95. I could have gotten the full size free too, but I like the little ones. They're easier to travel with. They're easier to store. Somewhere I have a pin from the Venetian and the Westgate. I brought one home for my dad too because there was nothing he wanted. Anyway, I did grab the Venetian notepad, which was kind of fun, and then the rest of the napkins just to have. I will be using those because napkins are always useful. And then I picked up these 2 Vegas guides because they're fun little souvenirs of when you've been there. There is something I really wanted to go to, and we didn't get to it, but I thought this looked really cool. So this is the Disney Immersive, and I think it's kind of like the sunflowers or the other things like that, but it's kind of a reminder for next time. Vegas to go, it kind of gives you a rundown of all the shows. And then in our hotel rooms, we had 2 different Vegas magazines. So we had King Tut, which is really cool. And then there's this one, which is Caramella. So always like to see what's going on. I probably won't keep the magazines long term. Who knows? Maybe I will. But I did pick up those. Those were kind of like my freebies. On to Target. So that was like the first stop after. So I picked up the mug in the car rental place because they had a Starbucks there. And then I went to Target and I saw this and I was like, oh, it's so cute. I really want it. It was a $5 tray. I want to use it to put like perfumes in. I think it'll be really cute. I love little trays like this. It was a little bit of nerve-wracking to get it back on the plane, but I ended up putting it upside down. And so there's clothes underneath it. And this was in the middle of the suitcase and it was $5. And then I was trying to get some of the Love Shack fancy stuff before I left. And this was a Target collaboration and they had the magnets and I was very excited to see these magnets. So I did pick up those. Those were $5 and $6. And yeah, glad I got those. This one more little souvenir in this tray. I picked this one up when we went on the high roller. It has my name spelled correctly, which is really cool because that doesn't happen a lot of times. Or if they have my name spelled correctly, it's like a masculine thing. So like if they're snowman, it's usually the boy snowman instead of the girl snowman, because mine's the traditional Irish way. I was so excited to find something spelled my name and I was like, I'm getting it. And my friend had her discount on top of it, so that helped. Since you've been seeing these handles, this is from the Hello Kitty Cafe. I went and visited this by myself on Monday because I wanted to make sure I got there. And while my friend thought it was cute, she wasn't like super excited, so it worked out. I picked up a couple sets of the Bruno Mars and Hello Kitty stickers. I wonder if I can see them all. I picked these up, a set for my mom and a set for my friend because she loves Bruno Mars. Both of them actually really enjoy Bruno Mars. And my mom has loved Hello Kitty since the 70s when my dad was stationed in Japan and that's where they lived. So these stickers were $10 for the pack of 3. And then I also got her this little Hello Kitty Cafe, this little keychain. Gal, she was $18. It says, welcome to the fabulous Hello Kitty Cafe, which I thought was fun. And then I didn't think to get myself a souvenir, but I did end up keeping my cup. It did get damaged because the Barbies, or not Barbies, the Disney dolls, one of them flew forward when I stopped at a light because I was getting a little close to it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to stop and not run it. And she flew forward, she hit the cup, damaged it a little bit, but I still am going to keep it. It says a Hello Kitty Cafe on it. I did try to clean it up as best I could. And then this was the stopper that came in the Hello Kitty cup. I thought it was so cute. So I definitely had to keep that, of course. The lid did not make it through the collision that happened with the doll. It was too weak to stand up to a doll. Let's do Backstreet Boys next because they're kind of weighing on me. So I picked up this tote bag. It was $40, $35, $40, ridiculous. But this I actually took on the plane as my tote, my personal item, and then I had my backpack. And I had a big plastic sack that I just kind of fit around it because I didn't want to put this under the seat on the grody plane floor. And it worked out great. I carried one of the dolls with it. And then the cups and stuff, all the fragile little things were in this tote with me. So what's in here? First up, this is the little box that I saved from our fries. Well, my fries, my friend, I think she got popcorn. Don't remember. Or maybe she didn't get anything. Anyway, that's the little box that I made sure to save. Does it say anything on the bottom? It says the box. Okay, and then inside it is a lined bag. It has a couple little pockets in it and nope, just the 2 pockets on the one side. But I did like it, and it does say into the spear, the Millennium, the spear. They had a different bag too, which I kind of liked as well, but I decided I liked this one just a little bit better, and it was cheaper, so that helped too. I saved the sacks from the Backstreet Boys experience because why not? This is what it looks like. It says into this Millennium official merchandise. So I have 2 of these because one I got after the concert, which was great because it carried my drinks, my cups and my box and the shirt that I bought, which you will see in just a second. And then these are the Millennium cups. I got the large and the small. This one we got sodas in. It was $15 for this to get the special cup with it. And then the mocktails were like 18, but then he said, oh, you can buy just the cup. And I said, oh, can I get another cup? He was like, a large? And I said, no, a small. So my friend and I both ended up with these. I bought an extra small one for her. And Spear and the merch, everything was cash only, which is a little annoying, or not cash only, card only. You couldn't use cash over there at all. Then we finally have these shirts. These are so, everything's folded up because I haven't even shown my mom like several of the things that I got because I've been trying not to overwhelm her, and we've had things going on. Anyway, this is the shirt that I got. I got lipstick on it. Oh, okay. This is the shirt that I got in the Spear, and it says Las Vegas 2026. Is it my favorite? No, but it does give the exact dates. So they did a different one for each weekend. So that's the weekend I went, 16, 17, 18. Going to have to spot treat that. Let's hope that I don't get any more lipstick on anything. Then I picked up this one. I got them oversized because I am larger chested, and sometimes they're like super tight across my chest and then I don't want to wear them. So I got them, they're baggy everywhere else, but it is what it is. I got this one. I was kind of debating between this one and the next one you're gonna see, and the shirts were $55. I know, it's ridiculous. But this one, for some reason, which says since 1993, this one was $25. I don't know why this one was $25, but I said, okay, well then I'm going to get both of them because this is the one. And it was so funny. I was getting out of an elevator and a gay guy came in and he's like, oh my God, your shirt. As we were like passing each other, it was a fun little thing. So this is what the shirts looks like. It's the same picture of the guys, just a different version of it. Backstreet Boys. And then it says, oh my God, we're back again. There we go. So yeah, got some more Backstreet Boys shirts. I went to their Planet Hollywood residency in 2016, 2017. I don't even remember. And I wear my shirt from that all the time. It was a 3/4 like baseball shirt, and I love that shirt. And I wear it all the time. So I'm glad I have some other ones to go in. I also wear my sweatshirt quite a bit that I picked up. But the prices have gone up so much because I'm pretty sure like my baseball tee was probably in the $50 range and the sweatshirt was like in the $80 range, but the sweatshirts and the jackets and everything were so expensive. They had $175 sweatpants. I loved the sweatpants. Would I love to have Backstreet Boys sweatpants? Yes, but not for $175. Like, there's so many things I could buy with that. I mean, I basically bought Electric Cherry for just $15 more than that. And so, yeah. Anyway, we're going to continue on. We have ABC store. So this was right next to the Hello Kitty Cafe in the Vegas fashion place. One's fashion show, one's fashion place, because there's something similar in Salt Lake in name. They asked if I needed a sack, and I was like, yes, I need a sack because my parents used to live in Hawaii before I was born, and ABC stores are huge in Hawaii, and they think of them, well, my mom thinks of them fondly. I don't know what my dad thinks of them, but I wanted to bring her home the sack for that. So I got this little guy. This is for my American Girls. This was $7.99. I thought it was super cute. I liked the size of it. Some of them have been smaller or larger, but I liked the pink on it, and this one had good printing on it. Some of them were not the best printing, but I did get that one. And then I got 2 keychains. I have a Hello Kitty as a showgirl. Actually, no, I got a magnet. As a showgirl keychain that's been on my work keys for like a decade. And I love it, but it's like all chipped off, and I was hoping that I'd find another one because it was from the ABC store. They didn't have the exact same, but I did pick up this one. It has a little bell on it. I don't know why it has the bell, but these were $5.99 each. So this one and the next one, I thought it was cute with the little sign there. And then this one has some of her pals. So it has Kuromi, and My Melody with Hello Kitty. I just realized they're kind of shaped the same. That was not on purpose, but I did pick up those two. Then we have this little place. They were in a few different locations. I saw at least 3 of these stores. I know there was one in Caesars. I think there was one in the outlets maybe, and then one in Venetian, which is where I got this. They gave me a free rock for signing up for text receipts, or yeah. So anyway, I got that for free. They're like, just pick which one speaks to you. And I was like, well, it's a pretty color, I guess. And then this is what I got my mom. This is the first thing I bought her. This is a set of 5. I don't remember how much this was. I want to say it was like $15. It wasn't too expensive. So that's what they all look like. They were very pretty. I wanted the purple one, and she was looking, and I was like, well, she's like, you sure you want the purple one? And I said, yeah, it was the display, but I said my mom's favorite color is purple. So I wanted to get that for her, and it is very beautiful. And she did really like that when I showed it to her. And then also in the Venetian, there was like, I don't know what it was called, but like you could get your t-shirts pressed, so you could get kind of custom t-shirts. It was fine. Now we have my one and only casualty. He was in my suitcase and he didn't make it. So it's this cute little teddy bear, but he lost his leg, and I don't know how to put his leg back on. I think it's just gone. He's donezo. So he's going to be a one-legged teddy bear magnet. These my friend bought for me. We were in there and she's like, pick out something here too. So I got these. They were like, if you bought 3 of them for the price. And so I got 2 of these little slot machines. They do work. So I got the pink one that said winner, and then I got this one that said jackpot in the blue because I wanted the different styles. And yeah, they were little and cute. Next up at the outlets, I knew they had a Lucky brand store, so I stopped there. These shirts that I got were buy one, get one 50% off. And then there was one more that I wanted. I couldn't find like an even number in my size in ones that I wanted. And he's like, well, I can give you 20% off. And I was like, it's not quite the same deal. Like they end up being 25% off. I realized that. So they were $39.50 originally, but the other ones were $19.75, so every other one. So, but they are shirts that I definitely will wear because I love vintage band tees, reproductions. So I got the Queen one, which I thought was pretty cool. Then this caught my attention right away. The Beatles at Carnegie Hall. And this one actually has stuff on the back. I also have like several that say like David Bowie on them. Another favorite. This one of Abbey Road, which was really cool. I get lots of compliments on my Sgt. Pepper's shirt that I have. And then I went out a little bit and I got a Rolling Stones. So yeah, the Rolling Stones, this one was in 81. So things that I could not have bought because they happened before I was alive. Okay. Next up is box lunch. I went to box lunch in the outlets and they had 50% off of clearance. And I was like, including Loungefly? And they're like, yeah. So I got this Loungefly. I was shocked. So it was 50% off the clearance price. This is Rapunzel, obviously, if you look at all the detailing of the cake. They had a Tiana one too. I can't remember if they had any others, but this one ended up going in the box to be shipped home because these are large, and I left all the packing in it because I display them. I have them hung from my walls, which is probably sounds ridiculous. So this Loungefly, which was originally $79.90, I got for $33.61, which I think is a great deal. I also got a sweatshirt. I was so excited. The sweatshirt didn't ring up 50% off, and she was like, oh, it's already on sale. And I was like, no, I don't. I wanted it for the extra 50% off, so I won't get it. And then the manager, I think he was the manager, was like, it should be. And so he manually adjusted it. This ended up being $21.48 altogether. It had been, I don't know what it was originally. I think I might have cut the tags off of it. I was at the point where I was like, I might have to wear this on the plane. So it is a strawberry shortcake sweatshirt. It's very cute. Has strawberry shortcake there. It's the same on the back. It's nice and soft. It does say strawberry shortcake up here, and has all the embroidery on the sleeves. I want to say it was like, I don't know what it was, maybe 70. I've gotten some strawberry shortcake sweatshirts from them in the past. And the reason I went in is because I had my birthday certificate and I got $5 off, and it didn't used to apply to clearance, but they applied it to the clearance too. So this ended up being $15.79. I was thinking these were going to be $5 off, but that's okay. These are just strawberry shortcake keychains, $16.90. I just thought, oh, I'll just get those because, well, there is a box lunch here in Kansas. It's not super close to where we are, and it's like, I don't want to drive a long way just to save $5. So I did get those. And then I went to a second box lunch because I was like, well, if they're doing 50% off clearance, let's check in what they have. And I found Cher. This is the 30th anniversary of Clueless. And she ended up being $3.49, which I think is a great deal. Her box is trashed though. Oh my goodness. And I do already have a Cher and Dion in the original, because they did it with Amber, but I didn't have a tie, and they had the tie, and I paid full price for tie. So she was $12.90. But somewhere along the way, these two were in the box that got shipped to. She got a little cut up there, which is too bad. A lot of these, if I'm going to a convention, I do like to get them signed. I know that's become a thing now that people get them and then they resell them, but I predate that. Anyway, I would never get tie signed because Brittany Murphy is sadly passed away many years ago. So don't have to worry about that one. If I got Cher signed, it would be the one that's not completely trashed. Even though my friend made the purchase, she was just going to throw out all of her bags, and I threw this in the bottom of my suitcase because I'd like to have some of the bags from fancier stores. So this is a nice big Kate Spade bag, but I also saved this bag. I have two of them actually from Karl Lagerfeld because I put in two purchases because I went to the one store and they had a shirt that I absolutely loved, but they didn't have it in my size, so I had them hold it at the other store. Let's start with that shirt, shall we? Actually, I can tell you. So the south ones are the ones indoors and the north ones are the ones outdoors. So that might help. All right, first up, I got this shirt. I got some work clothes at Karl Lagerfeld because I love the designs on this. So this is just a button down. You can make them sleeve short or long. I usually wear them long, but I loved the ballerinas on this one. And my friend and I saw it and we were like, oh my goodness, we have to get it, because that's how we met. I started shopping at her dance store and then started working for her, and we became really good friends. So this guy was, let's see, where's the original price? Original price of $89 was $35.60 with the discount, because everything was like, some were 40, some were 50, some were 60% off. It just kind of depended on what you were getting. This store had a lot more button downs that were very fabulous in my opinion. So I got this next one, this one. These were both $59. One was $59.60 and one was $59.50. Because the one I thought was supposed to be 60% off, they actually had it in two spots. And they had different prices marked in different places. And I should have caught it, but it was, you know, when they ring you up quickly and they're asking you so many questions and they get you distracted so you're not paying attention. That's kind of what it was. So this one was originally $119. So it ended up only being 50% off. Maybe, is that right? Yeah, no, I think they did ring up right. I think it was, the other one was 60. So this is what it looks like. Look at this. Oh, it has a little pin on it, which is sewn on, I guess, or glued on. No, it has that on the back. Cool. And then it looks like it has all the sewing accoutrement, little tape measure, goes a little bit over here. I thought it was so cute. very much my style. So I picked up that one. And then the other one is kind of plain. This is the one that was in more than one spot. And I do think it ended up being, this one says 119. Yeah. This one ended up only being 50% off. I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be 60% off. So it's just a plain shirt with black stitching. Black stitching for days when I want something not quite so fancy. So I got to those three, total of 167.66. Yeah, quite a bit, but that's basically what I would pay at Macy's when I finally found them on sale. And I got to choose them and make sure they were in my size. And then this other one, the first store, I picked up this shirt. I wanted it in black. They also had it in pink, but in the larger sizes, there was not a lot of larger sizes. There was a lot of XXS and extra small and small, but not a lot of mediums, large, or extra large. And that's, he doesn't go above an extra large. So, well, I guess he's dead, but I was a big fan of Karl Lagerfeld, and I love this like theme of the sewing. So that shirt ended up being 50% off, which, I mean, $60 for a t-shirt, crazy. And then I picked up this dress. It's a little tight in the bust, so I need to safety pin it when I'm wearing it, but it was so pretty. Really liked it. It's a full dress. Above the knee, I like dresses that come above the knee. Otherwise, I feel a little frumpy if they are longer than that. It's like a 3/4 sleeve. This was originally $149 and I got it for $44. So like I said, I was getting some things to wear while I'm teaching. I also got this sweater because I could not leave this behind. It was so cute. I love cardigans. So finding another cardigan, there is him and his kitty. And so cardigan sweater, too hot to wear right now. Oh my goodness, it's so hot. That one was originally $139 and it was half price, so it was $69.50. And the last thing I got was a purse, and I had picked one off and then they went and got me one out of the back, which I get, like they're easier when they're like this. This one also got shipped, but you don't get to see it and make sure there's no mistakes in it, because I had kind of picked the one I liked best, but this is fine. So this is the little purse that I got. I think this is going to end up being my purse going forward, because I was looking for a new Kate Spade and I didn't find any that I really enjoyed too much. I don't think this one is leather, but this was $198 down to $79, which is about comparable to what you find them at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. So yeah, got this one, and I'm going to be really matchy if I use that, wear that one when I go out. Let's do Ross next. Like I said, we went to 3 different Rosses. First one was off strip, and then the other 2 were on strip. A little disappointing because I was hoping to find some toys, because obviously that's what I go looking for. I did find these shoes though. These were $39, I want to say. Yeah, these were $39. They're heavy. I ended up wearing them on the plane. I did scuff them. I don't know how I scuffed them, but also these have the high backs, so that discoloration is my skin, and you definitely need to wear 3/4 socks with them. Otherwise, you will lose some skin, which I did because I was wearing my no-show socks, because that's what I had a lot of. I have 3/4 or crew socks, but I didn't bring them with me. All right, I also found this set of pajamas, and of course I had to get this set of pajamas because it was so cute. Strawberry shortcake, $19.99. So there's the top and here's the bottoms, and I found my friend a pair of Karl Lagerfeld pajamas at the same time, which she was excited about. And then I also splurged and got these sunglasses from Marc Jacobs. These were $49. They did come in the case. They came with a little nose thing, which goes like this to protect them in the box. And then it did have like the little cleansing cloth as well. So, well, we'll take that off. You don't need to see me in that, or with the plastic. So, designer sunglasses, I love Marc Jacobs, and I thought, oh, I know I could get some probably better deals, but I enjoyed seeing these, and I thought they were nice, and I loved the case with these. Honestly, that was a big part of why I chose these. Just the case with the Marc Jacobs, and then it says Marc Jacobs. I just really liked that part of it. And then the last thing that I got at Ross that you haven't seen is something I picked up at the first one. And speaking of toys, this is a Mini Brands refrigerator. So they had the refrigerator and 2 balls of stuff for, what was it? $24. They had these at Costco too, but I was like, I'm here. So it has the little refrigerator compartments. Funny story, I had this in the bottom of my backpack because it is battery operated, and I was like, well, I'll just keep it in my backpack. Also, I didn't want it to get damaged. And they were like, what do you have in the bottom of your suitcase? And I got pulled aside, and they were looking, and they were like, it's like, oh, it's a mini refrigerator. And so the stuff that I have in there is in there. Actually, I think this little bottle of resin I forgot to put in my liquids, but it was fine. It went through here, but it lights up it switches colors too, so you can have it cool light or warm light. And just a little silly thing, there are magnets in there, but they are in there too. I opened the Mini Brands balls and put them in there because did not want to try to pack those. Those are too big. We are almost to Disney. I have just the Legos that I picked up. So I picked up 2 sets. The first one I got was this little travel suitcase, which I thought was cute. I folded down the boxes and put them in my suitcase, and then I stuffed these in into a bag that I already had. And then I got the BrickHeads of Luna and the Thestral because they were a little one, and I wanted to, the one had the stamps out easy to get to, and then the other one was like you had to ask them, and I was like, well, I want to at least get something. So this was a little thing that was on I knew was on my list that I hadn't gotten yet, and they were tiny and they're already built. So here we go. Here is Luna, the BrickHeads, and the Thestral. I know the BrickHeads are not everyone's favorite, but I tend to buy, I'm a sucker for any of the Harry Potter, unfortunately. And then my suitcase, here's what the little suitcase looks like. It does have wheels on the back that work, and the handle slides up and down. And inside, you do have some things. So you have your little plane ticket, you have your passport, you have a sandwich, you have a camera, and you have a toothbrush. Let me show you the toothbrush. There's the toothbrush, very cute. Everything has to go back exactly to fit inside. And then I arranged the stickers the way I did. I put a couple on the top because they did show like you could do 3 in areas, but I didn't want to copy the picture exactly. I forgot a sack, so Barry Manilow, and I have confetti from the show because they threw this at us and it was all tangled up around us. And then also I didn't keep the glass. It was a plastic kind of hurricane glass. They were supposed to be Barry Manilow themed, but they were sold out, which would have been nice to know before, because I wouldn't have gotten an alcoholic drink otherwise. Just wanted the cup. And I think my friend took it home and she said she'd save it for me, but I was like, I don't have any more room and it doesn't fit in with anything. But I did keep the Barry Manilow sack. We each got one, so hopefully hers got home. But this was in our drink. It also had a hibiscus flower and then this little stir, so kept the silly little souvenirs. Also kept my cup from Wahlburgers. I asked for a to-go cup when I left, and it has a few water spots because hard to wash in the hotel room, but I did get that as well. And then I got a Barry Manilow t-shirt as well. I was debating between this and Copacabana, but I decided I liked this version. It's more retro looking, and I mean, Copacabana is obviously why I am a Barry Manilow fan, probably a lot of people. I almost forgot this shirt. This is the shirt I bought my mom at Barry Manilow. Actually, no, my friend ended up buying it because I was standing in line at the checkout and she goes, I just won $800, so I'm buying. So this is the shirt I was gonna get my mom. It just says Barry Manilow on the front, or just Manilow. It's her favorite color, purple. And then on the back, it has all the other conversation hearts with all the time, Mandy, even now. I was like, ships, Copa, the old songs, It's a Miracle, Daybreak, and One Voice. I'm trying to read them. So yeah, that's the shirt that I got her. All right, we are on to the dolls. You can see them around me. I don't have all of them on the couch though, because they don't all fit on the couch with me, or the love seat. So we're gonna start with this one because it's right here in front. This is the Mickey Mouse Club Anniversary doll, and she's designed by Jack's Pacific, and they do the Illy dolls. So you can tell by the face mold that that's what she is. She's $27.49 of $37.50. She was originally $100 when she first came out, and I love that it looks like an old-fashioned television set. It's really hard. I'm too close. You need to, there you go. Back up a little bit. Lean back. I do have my long receipt. I had to buy a bag to put things in. My friend did too, so I'll show you the bag too, because that was part of it. All right, she ended up being $34.29 with all of the discounts. Like I said, she was originally $100. If I remember right, I think she was $100 to begin with. Well, she has her shipper box, as did this next one, this gal next to me. This is Mother Gothel, and she was originally $150, and she was $34.29, which is absolutely crazy. She was really a good clearance deal. And this one, I don't know if I can see her. Sometimes their certificates are easy to see, sometimes not. No. Anyway, I have the Rapunzel that goes with her, but those boxes were smaller, so I wish they would be consistent, because we do tend to leave our dolls to be displayed in the boxes, especially when they're like this, because it makes life a little bit easier, and then they don't get dusty. You can dust the boxes much more easily than a doll with clothes and everything. So those are the first two. It was really nice to have shipper boxes on some of these. The large ones that are next to me, they were in shippers, and they put tape handles over them so I could carry them. So I was carrying one of each, and then I had this giant tote bag, here you go, with the third doll, which isn't even on the couch yet, and then one of the smaller dolls that you just saw boxed up in here too. And then my friend had a similar thing going with her dolls. So giant bag, giant bag. It's the largest that they do. And need to remember to bring this to Disney, because they don't do any sort of shopping bags anymore. We're gonna pause from dolls for just a second so I can show you the other things that are here, because I had to get these. These are so cute. They had been pulling on my heartstrings, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna do another loop through the store. My friend was like, no, we gotta go, which I thought was really funny, because I had been hurrying her through most of it, and I was like, really? You're gonna hurry me now? But I got Eeyore and Pooh. So here's Pooh, and little spring sakura blossoms in Eeyore's mane. And then we got that. So these were super cute. Eeyore is my mom's favorite, and Tigger is technically mine, but I didn't see those. This was $13.99. Originally, how much were these originally? Dang. $29.99 originally. Okay, so he was $13.99. The bag was $1.50, and both of these were $13.99. But I thought they were so cute, and they worked well because they helped hold things in place in my suitcases, but they didn't weigh a lot. These other plushies were the first time we went, and then thought about the dolls for a couple days and came back. So this is a Hufflepuff, and similar style. I wanted to get this in the larger size, and then I thought, well, they have that in the keychain. I'll get that instead. So he was $8.39, originally $16.99. So cute with the little sakura blossoms. And then the keychain on the back of his head is also a Sakura Blossom. So I got those, and then these were all $7.69, these next guys. And let's get them in order. I hadn't heard of these before, and the gal asked me if I collected them. I was like, I've never seen these before. I just thought they were cute and they were on clearance. So these were originally $12.99, $7.69, like I said, on sale. So I got, that's really funny. They were on, no, they were $16.99. That's weird. So I got Anna and Elsa because they were just cute. I love the stuff that comes out of the Asian Disney market. They're just, there's something about them that are just so cute. And then I found Flynn. So I had to get Flynn, and there you go. Get that little thing off of him. And then I had to get Maximus. They didn't have anybody else from this on the sale rack. They did have other ones, and I don't know, like, I was tempted, but I didn't need to buy any more stuff. So this is what they're called. I don't know how to pronounce that. Something Chan, but I just thought they were cute. First time we were in there, I also picked up a mug. My friend ended up picking up a couple mugs as well. She really likes 3D mugs that have like shape to them, but I don't care that much. One of my favorite mugs is Cinderella's Shoe Shop, and that's my office mug, and I got this one to go with it. It is Tiana's Foods, Bringing Folks Together. It was $9.98. It's pretty, the pattern on it. Is it as cute as my Cinderella Shoe Shop? No, it's not as unusual of a size either, like a shape, but I thought it was nice, and a lot cheaper. Well, not a lot cheaper. Those were like buy one, get one half price, I think was the deal my friend got them at. And this one was just $9.98 on clearance. We are down to the last of the dolls. This is the doll that I went in for because I had seen her online, and I had seen somebody I know that went to a different Disney store had found her. Sorry, the lights want to reflect on the plastic. So this is the spring Rapunzel. They've done some winter ones of different princesses over the years, and they're normally like $60 or $70. She was $32.19 with the discount. She was marked $45.98 on sale, and the 30% off really did help. She was carried on in my carry-on in that Backstreet Boys tote. I was protecting her with my life as I was flying. I was very nervous about it. But she made it. They all made it. The only doll that did not have, well, that one didn't have a shipper, and neither did this doll. So this is the first of the dolls. They're gigantic. They are huge, like huge. There's no way they would fit in a suitcase. Maybe Mother Gothel, the Mickey Mouse, they might have fit, laying down, but these would never. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, I should spend as much on shipping as I did on these. So these were at $63.69 each on sale. They were either $149 or $129. I think they were $149 originally. The packaging, it slides, which is really cool. So this is Sleeping Beauty or Aurora, and let's see if I can get her back a little bit. Gorgeous. They are all based on different dances. This collection, I'm not sure what they are. I'm going to turn off. Did that help? It's going to be darker, but hopefully it's not getting that shine as much. No, you just reflection in the packaging. So that's what she looks like. Her shoes. I can't tell what number she is. I could tell on Mulan what number she was. Oh, spoiler. Anyway, this one came separate. We got the biggest box that they had at UPS, and then I was putting in like the backpack and the pops and what else? Various things, the purses, and my bottle of cleansing oil because that I didn't want to pack. So there we go. That's Sleeping Beauty. I'm gonna go set her aside. Oh, do you want to see the back? The back is beautiful too. It talks. Take the stage. Disney Designer Collection is proud to introduce the Dance series, showcasing the magic of storytelling through movement and expression. Designed by Disney Store artists, these limited edition. It doesn't tell me what type of dance she is, though. There are 3 that I did not get. I did not get Belle, obviously, because she's always popular. Giselle, because Giselle is always very popular from Enchanted because they don't do a lot of her. And then Tinkerbell, which I've heard have been at some other Disney outlets. But the closest one right now is Branson. So we could do a 4-hour drive to Branson and a 4-hour drive back in one day. It is feasible. But I'm also leaving in less than 2 weeks, and I don't know if that's really a good use of my time, because I got a lot of filming to catch up on so that I have some content, especially in terms of my perfume collection. This filming space is a disaster right at the moment because I have remnants of several videos and then all of this stuff because this took up a lot of space. All right, next up we have Mulan, because I kind of spoiled it already. We will flip those around so they don't. There we go. So she has the beautiful scarf. It goes all the way up to the top. Her shoes are super cool. Detailing on her is absolutely beautiful. Love the face. I'm a big Mulan fan though, so was very excited to see her. I thought, oh, she's beautiful. My friend saw her and I was like, oh, I think I want her. And then she's like, no, I don't. And I was like, And then she decided to get her. And then she decided to get Sleeping Beauty. And I said, well, you can't leave the third one. Like, you got 2 of them. You might as well get the third one. So she ended up getting it as well. So Mulan, we will close her up. And she has the dancing on the back. Oh, so beautiful. And traditional. I wish I knew which Chinese dance this is, but yeah. So 3,200 made of these. And then we are to the final one, which is Esmeralda. Here you go. She is very pretty. I think she's doing a tarantella, is what I would guess, with the tambourine. But once again, you can see her little feet. Beautiful embroidery done on her. Sorry that it's so reflective. I'm not used to filming dolls, but they are, I mean, here's my head. They're gigantic. If I put it, it's basically the length of my torso, and I'm pretty tall. So, yeah, that's closer up so you can see the magic of the illustration. Very nice. All right, so that is it for my Vegas haul. Obviously, I spent an outrageous amount of money. I do have other hauls coming because I have a beauty haul that I filmed before I went to Vegas that I just haven't had a chance to put up. I have a Bath & Body Works haul that is a fall haul, needs to go up, and then I ordered more stuff yesterday. I have a problem. And then I will have, like, I've bought more things. There's some stuff over here that I have picked up. So that is it for this haul. You will have plenty of hauls and collection videos coming your way, and then other things. I don't know what else I'm going to be doing. We're just getting through day by day at the moment. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too boring. I know it's very different from what I normally film, so let me know your thoughts on it, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.